O'Connor, did you fall back to sleep or what? She felt Leslie's smile against her mouth, and she picked up the phone, which had slid down between them. Yeah, Hunter. Sorry. What did you say? Forget it. But you don't have time for sex, O'Connor. Pull away from her, take a shower, alone, and try to keep your hands off each other tonight. She laughed. Sykes wants a full report in the morning. Casey smiled. You're evil. Both of you. Yeah, but, well, be careful, O'Connor. Casey nodded. The words had a double meaning, she knew. I will, thank you. She closed the phone and pulled Leslie closer, sighing as she felt her lips move across her breast. I take it they know, Leslie murmured as her tongue raked across her nipple. Yes, they know. Leslie lifted her head. Are we in trouble? No, not yet. Not until Malone finds out. She rolled them over, pressing her weight into Leslie. Tori informed me we don't have time for this, but we must take time for a shower. She raised her eyebrows. Share? My God, there's so many, Leslie said, her eyes scanning the dining room of the shelter. Row after row after row sat people, mostly men, mostly disheveled, quietly eating their dinner. Yeah, you don't see all this when you're just cruising the streets. Casey pointed to the serving line. There's Maria. We stick out like a sore thumb, you know. She could feel eyes on them. I know. Leslie caught Maria's attention, who nodded at them, motioning them to the side. They waited patiently while she found someone to relieve her in the serving line. I told Sammy you wanted to speak with him. It's only fair he know, she said. I understand. Is he so willing? Yes. Rudy was a friend of his. I told him you had questions about that. I didn't mention John. Good, thank you. Casey looked over the crowd. Where is he? Oh, no. He won't meet you in here. How will we know him? He'll find you outside. She shoved a paper bag into her hands. He left without eating. Please give him this. Leslie nodded. Of course, Maria. So he doesn't want to be seen talking to cops? Casey asked. Should we have been more discreet coming in here? No, it's fine. Cops come in all the time. Mostly uniforms. But still, after what happened to Rudy, it's not unusual for there to be questions. She turned to go, then stopped. Sammy's a good man. But like the others, he's more afraid of the evil on the street than he is the cops. He'll only tell you what he wants. We won't harass him if that's what you're alluding to, Leslie assured her. We want to get the evil off the street as much as anyone. Yes, I believe you do. She motioned to the door. Just walk back to your car. I'm certain he watched you arrive. He'll find you. Thank you again, Maria. Casey nodded curtly at her. Again, if you hear anything that might be useful to us, I'll be certain to let you know. She wiped her hands on her apron. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get back to work. Leslie followed Casey outside, pausing to look back into the shelter. I admire people like her, she said. I doubt her salary is much above the minimum, yet she probably cares about her job more than most people making 4 times as much. Yeah, I wonder if it's personal for her. What do you mean? Like her father or something? Casey shrugged. Perhaps. I knew a woman once whose older sister lived on the street. She didn't have to. The family had money, but the sister, I think she was diagnosed as bipolar. She would pop in and out of their lives. They'd get her on medication for a while, then she'd disappear back to the street. She stopped at the truck and pushed the remote to unlock it. They'd be driving along and they'd see her panhandling. What happened to her? She died. She was buried as a Jane Doe. When they found out, they had her body moved, but it was all very sad. But anyway, this woman Sharon, she volunteered every spare minute she had after that. It consumed her. All their faces. They just looked so hopeless. And maybe they are, Casey said as she opened the door. Living day to day. No happiness, no love, just existing. Leslie got into the passenger seat and closed the door. Of course, you don't have to be homeless to have those symptoms. No, I guess you don't. They sat quietly for a moment. Then Casey started the truck. What do you think? Drive around the block or something? It's still daylight. If he doesn't want anyone to see him, I doubt he'll be waiting on the curb for us. Then let's make the block. But they didn't have to go far. At the next intersection, he was leaning against the stop sign. Full beard, the skin around his eyes weathered. his long hair hidden by an old cap.